Hey, you peeps. Welcome back. So, I have felt like playing today. I just made this episode and finished it yesterday and went to the pink trees, but I have been thinking a lot about um, trying it again. I had two impure ore spots over here, or nodes, I guess you'd say, over here. And so I knew I could do like half of that, and I wanted to see about getting it to work right. So I've been building a factory. I've got the MK2s, and I brought it down and split it into these two and split it into these two. So before I did that, I went on to Factorio Lab. Was it Michael Myers? Hold on, let me go check. No, sorry, it was the Mr. Tact who suggested I go, or one option for me was that I could go to Factorio Lab and kind of see a breakdown of things, and gave me some steps on how to look at the information, and then said it was probably a little bit ahead of where I'm at, but I figured it couldn't hurt to go and look at it, right? And it made sense to me, so I'm good. The only parts that don't, and I'm putting a picture of it here, the only parts that don't make sense to me are the at the end of the line, there are the output kind of thing, and I understand that some of them have slugs, but then there's the boxes that have twos on them. Don't really understand that very much. Like, I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do with that. Anyway, if it said 4.8, I know what decimals are. That's 80% of a machine. So I just put in a fifth machine. And if I want to underclock it 20% down, I can. And then a 4.7 for the screws, I can put it 30% down if I want to. And now, I think that's why the rotor machine might have a 2 at the end of it on the little white thing, because you're going to need to overclock it by 30%. It could be. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking at this point. I'm not sure why. Oh, maybe that's why and then on the assembler for the smart plating, you get 2.5, but it's probably overclocked because I think you only get 2 normally. So, anyway, that's what I'm working on. So that's this floor. I've got it wired. I have not powered the actual building yet, though. And then this is this floor. Now, I've tried to keep it in sections and neater. So, first we're making the rods, and then I split the ore, and we have the two machines making plates. And then I brought the rods around, and I'm making them into screws. And then whatever's left, because there should be some left, are going to come over here. And then I built these correctly, just so you know. Okay, so this is what I had to do. First, I had to I had to put place one of these. I forget what they're called. You can see what I'm talking about there, to see where the hole was. Then I went up top and put the actual hole in the concrete in the floor, and then I deleted this, and then I came back down here and set this up, and then matched it up, and I put it here, and then I built it up from the top. So I did them correctly in that way. I don't know if that's how you guys figure out the exact placement of the holes, but that's what I figured out to do. But I am able to put it here and then build from the top, so that's really nice. And so I have the extra rods coming around. I have the screws coming through, which is why they've got a bigger belt. And then these are the plates. So that means that I am now ready to build up here, which I have not done. I have the beginnings of them, and I put out the little things here so I can see what the heck's in each one. Because in order to know which assembler to put where, you know, like, I think this is screws and I think this is rods. So that would mean rotor would go here. And then over here, plates would be over here, but it needs screws. So I'm going to have to, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. Maybe pull it. I haven't figured that part out yet. I will work on it. Maybe I'll pull it out and split it, and we'll see. Anyway, I haven't gotten that far, and that's okay. I'm working on it. So, yeah, and these are 5 high this time because downstairs I have the MK2s, whoops, and they're really tall. So because they were actually inside the building, I had to get up over them. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to power this and let's see how it goes. Okay. And then 2. Now that should power everything that's down here, right? Oh no, it's only going to power. Okay. Let me finish doing the powering part and then I'll bring you guys back. All right. Well, this lower part is working. All right, let's go upstairs. You know, I really hate it when I do that. I don't understand why it does that, but you know, it is what it is. Well, now I gotta delete both of those things. I was too far away. It was my own fault. There we go. All right, so now these are all powered. We're gonna find out if anything doesn't have what it doesn't have what it needs. We'll find out. It's going to take a few minutes. Oh wait, I didn't bring up the ore from downstairs. Did I? Yeah, I did, right here. Why isn't it coming out through here? Oh, that's not connected. Duh. Okay. What are you doing? You're doing 30, so they're each going to be 60. Okay, so I can just use regular 3s. Alright, there we go. Okay. You know what I didn't do? I might not have put... That might not be a 2. Oh, no, they were each going to be... Oh, no, there's going to be 60 on each side, which makes this a 120. Oh, I'm going to have to fix this, I think, because it's not a... I don't know how to make it tell me what it is. Yeah, that's only a 1. Just hold on a minute. We need a 2. Okay, that should work. All right, so everything down here appears to be working. Oh, I'm stuck. And now things are starting. Now, they're only going to need a little bit, and then they'll just block up, I'm assuming, and then they'll send the rest of it this way, which is what needs to happen. So, that'll be good. machine has a belt. All right. B for bulb. That'll help us see. Yeah, I see belts. Okay. All right, rods are coming out. Rods are going around. I think it's working. Now, what is there anything else? No, it was just rotors that needed to be underclocked. And then and then maybe overclocking on the assembler, but couldn't I just do, if it does 2.5, well, yeah, I don't want to have two machines. That seems inefficient, doesn't it? Anyway, this seems to be working. Yay! All right, and we have screws up here, and we have plates, but we do not have rods yet, so we are waiting to see if we get an overflow of rods, which we should. If this machine, if that thing is right, I should be making enough rods. That more than I need downstairs. Because it knows that, right? It knows that the rotors need rods. So let's see. Something, or I'm not reading it right, one or the other. I am looking at it right now, and it said that one of the plates needed to be at half. So we're going to put this one down to 50%. Okay, because it said 1.5 plates. We can, maybe we won't have enough rods if we don't put this one at 70%. Because it's going to use up all of the rods instead. So that's 4.7 then. Or maybe we make this one 100. And we make the beginning one at 70, because that way it'll hit its max quicker. And we know that it'll actually count faster. Oops. Okay. So that's 4.7. And then the rods, do I really need to make it less? Like 4.8? We can put one at 80. Let's put the first one down. Okay. All right. Well, I didn't put down the ore or the iron blocks because that just seems silly. But I have reduced for the rods and the screws and the plates. So, all right, that should get us working efficiently. We are getting some rods, we're just not getting very many. So when I look at this, it's saying 4 seconds, 13%. I don't understand what that means. I understand that's power. I got that. So maybe somebody can explain that part to me. Is it because it's not getting enough ore? And that's at 50%. Not the ore, but the ingots, sorry. I don't know. And should I stop at some point, like stop some part of the factory to let things kind of build up? Not, maybe that's why things are going slow. I don't know. Like I was under the impression that things would catch up over there, and maybe they have. I haven't checked to see how much it's made, but I've got a lot of little, I've got at least 3, maybe 4 places making smart plates. I don't think I need, maybe I do need that many. I don't know. Maybe they're part of those ingredients. I don't remember, but I need to figure this part out. So we're going to need an assembler. And we've got lots of space. So according to that, we're going to need, all right, 12 constructors. Oh, let's do a count and see. We're going to need 6 assemblers? Yeah, 2 ore extractors, 4 smelters, and then 6 assemblers and 12 constructors. Let's go see if we have 12 constructors. I didn't count, so we'll go see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. All right, so that's right. And that means then I'm going to need 6 assemblers. 6 of them. Okay. Oh, if it's 1.3 instead of overclocking, I can just make 2. I think I see what they did. And then for the plates, the riveted plates, it's only 1. And then it's 3 for the other one. All right, so we'll do the smart plating on another floor, but I think we can do the other 3 down here. So let's do the 2 rotors, whoops, down here. Would it be easier? I want to leave them plenty of room to break things up however they need to. So let's put down, actually we'll leave it over this way a little bit. There we go. Actually, if I leave some room, I could actually walk between them. That might be handy. I don't know. Okay. Now, these ones are going to be making rotors. So, rotors need rods and screws. Someone gave me some advice on how to not have to deal with a lot of interwoven belts. Hold on, I'm going to go check that. Okay, it was David Cook, and he said that I could use stacked splitters if I leave a little bit more room between my assemblers. So we'll leave a little bit more room. I don't know exactly how much room, but we definitely want to leave some. We're going to need stacked splitters. So 6. If I do that, is a belt going to be able to go? No. No, it won't. I don't think it will. Well, I guess it will. And then you can be another splitter on top. Well, that looks kind of grody. Really? That's what you're gonna do? Gross. Don't like that at all. Why are you doing that? What the hell is that? So weird. Okay. This work? No, it's still too steep. Well, I was trying, David, but I just can't figure it out. So I'm just gonna do this. Do this. Actually, I don't need this anymore. Let's try this. There. All right, so that should work. Now, I'm gonna need screws for plates too, so I gotta figure out this whole splitting situation. Well, it's not anybody's way yet, and if I bring it down here and split it, maybe it won't be. Because I want to put... Okay. Weird, but whatever. Okay. I don't need a ton of screws for that, So I'm just going to do a level 2. All right. That should get its screws. And this is the only one that needs rods, so I can... Okay. Now I'm hoping screws will come underneath here, but what I could do... Okay, let's do that. What is your problem? What are you overlapping? You're not overlapping anything. Weird. All right, that should make it okay. All right. And then I'm gonna need... All right, so that's 2 for making rotors. And I'm gonna need 1 for the plates. Might as well put it over here. I might be able to get all of these on the same level. That'd be weird. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Wait, how many screws do I need for that? I need plates and I need 60 per minute. Okay. Which means I can use 3. Dang it. Okay. And how many plates did it say? I forget. 30, so we can use that. That should overlap nice. Did it line up right? Yeah. Good, it looks nice. Okay. So then plates and screws. Yes. All right, plates are at 100%, but rotors should be at, one of these should be at 3rd. Wait. You're making rotors at 30%. Okay. So that gives me a 100% rotors and a 30% rotors, which is 1.3, if I am reading it correctly. And then 100% on those. And then we just need, well, no, I'm going to do 2. Assemblers. I think I can do 2. I think it might fit. If I do this, if I bring I'm gonna have to merge 2 things so I can have a stacked merger. Like right here. Oh no, that's not where I want that. Need it to line up. Okay. That is 3 coming out for that. And that. Okay. Well, actually, I don't really want to do that, though, because I'm going to need to split it, and yeah. Okay. And then this one is making the plates. So I also need to merge those and then split those. So if... I think we're going to have to stack. Okay. Always so darn difficult you are. That again. Not exactly sure how to line those up the right way, but I'm trying to figure it out. Perfect. Okay. That might not have been the exact way to do it, but I got it to work, and that's what matters. Okay. So then that one feeds into this one and down there. So I need a splitter here. I don't think that's going to work. Bring that around. And then we'll stack another splitter. Or am I doing a merger for this? I could do a merger. I don't think it matters. It's just a one in and one out anyway. Wait, no. There we go. And then we need another one. Okay, and then I can take that down here to this one. This is reinforced plates. That's not going in there, but I was going to go through here. Oh, I did this wrong. No, I didn't. I did it right. I moved it down further. So, why are you not? Too hard to do that. Oh yeah. So let's bring it out here. Invalid shape. Okay. You were just working, so let's get you working where you were. No. And I can't have that way over there. I think I need to stop trying to fit everything on this floor. I think that's crazy. Like, it doesn't need to be done. Why would I stand here and stress myself over and over again for something that does not have to be done? All right. So that is 2 making routers and 1 making plates. And then we're going to build up. That's what we're going to do, because we don't need to be stressed about this and trying to make it. We don't have to go that high. We'll just cap it off with a 3. Now, I wish there was an easy way to put a ladder in. Like, I wish there was like a hatch that you could put in and build your ladder up to, so you could have like a little hatch that you could just walk up through. I don't think that we have one of those. No, there's the conveyor lift one, but there isn't like a ladder hatch. I mean, I suppose I could just build like a half foundation. Never done that one before. Let's go see. Where are the half foundations? Oh, I haven't bought those yet. Okay, well. For pity's sake, who doesn't know how to climb a ladder? Okay. Yeah, I'd rather do this. For sure. So I'm over here on my first factory. This is how many smart plates I've made so far. But I'm over here to look at this one to decide, because this is 5 and this is 5. Clearly I need to move those brackets over here, but that's okay. 5 and then 3. I guess if I did a 5 and a 5 and then a 3 and a 3, that might look okay. I don't know. I don't like all that space in there, but I also think it would look weird. I had considered going 5 and then 4 and then 3, but, you know, that's not what I did. So, anyway. Yeah, I might do, oh God, I don't know. I know I'm not going to rip everything out to change it, so I want to make sure I like it. But that's what I'm doing. All right, so I have put the feeders up here and put this here. And instead of doing 2 and having one only do a half plate, we're going to do some overclocking. I've never done that before. I know that you guys have been waiting for me to get it together. So my understanding is it takes a power shard. And I have slugs. Now there are different colored slugs, and I'm not sure if different colored slugs make different levels of power shards, but we're going to go and see if we can find out. Because I want to try it. We'll try it. Where are my slugs? Are they in here? No. 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 Where are my slugs? Like, for real. I have slugs. No. Did I just miss them? Yeah, no. Ores. Oh, here we go. Okay, so blue are the ones I have the most of. So let's take blues and yellows. I think I got a third color, but we'll just work with these. Now, where do we make it? Do we make it here? Power shard. Okay, so I can make 26. Power shard 2. All right, we'll make one of these. All right. And we're going to make one of these. Okay. And we're going to take them back up, and we're going to see what happens. I figured that way at least I'd be doing something new each time. Like I used Factorio Lab, and now I'm going to try overclocking. So that way I'm always trying to advance my skills a little bit, you know? All right, so if I put, wait, I have 3. Oh, so the yellow one made 2, but it made 2 of the same. Oh, okay, well, give me that. Will that let me, I don't need 100, I need it to be at 2.5. Whoops, go back. There we go. There, that's what I need it to be at. All right, look at me go. I have now overclocked a machine. All right, we have to plug in the stuff. Probably, do I want it going that way? Probably. Okay. Okay. Now we've got to have power. All right, let me power these 2 floors up. Oh, I'll just use a rod upstairs, I guess, because I don't want to build another roof on it. Maybe, we'll see. All right, it's powered. We got plates coming. Here comes rotors. So it's at 98%. Oh, I don't have a place for those to go. Silly me. Okay. Now it's at 95%. So this should say 100%, right? I'll put the thing from Factorio Lab back up here. Because now I'm down to 93, 92. Oh gosh. All right, something's not making things fast enough. But if I did it the way it said, shouldn't it work? You're doing 1.2 per minute. And you're doing 4 per minute. That gives me 5.2 per minute. Huh. All right, you guys. Well, I've built it the best that I can. It is working. It's just I don't know how to... Wait. Why are you red? No power? Oh, well, that explains part of the problem here. Okay. I thought I got them all. We'll give that a minute to catch up, and then we'll check it again. Okay, I just discovered this is the problem. This one's only working at like 25%. It's not getting enough screws. So how do I divide the screws in a way, instead of just letting them go like this, because it's not getting enough. There's a lot going this way. But not a lot. I don't understand why so many are going that way and not a lot are going this way. So how do I fix that? Yeah, because this is only like 20-25%. When I looked the first time, it was 25. And now it's 21. So I need to figure out, like, how do I make it so only a certain amount goes to a certain place? That's my big question. I mean, because I know that, like, this is correct. I know that 0.3 is 30%. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Help me out if you want to, because I would love that. And I'll talk to you all later. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. Remember, do something fun for you. And like my Grammy always says, don't forget where I live now.